Drinking can really derail your life, and Ray Wilkins is a prime example of that. It wasn't just a few bad decisions. Alcohol led him into multiple run-ins with the law, eventually sending him to rehab. Unfortunately, it didn't stop there. His health took a massive hit, and the effects were long-lasting. Wilkins went through a lot of tough times, especially when it came to drink driving. He had multiple convictions for it, with incidents in 2012, 2013, and 2016. These weren't just minor mistakes. He was caught driving under the influence, going over the legal alcohol limit, and in one case, he even failed to provide a breath sample. As a result, he ended up with driving bans, suspended sentences, and even had to do unpaid work. Things just kept getting harder for him. After these issues, Wilkins made the decision to seek help and went through rehab for his alcohol addiction at the Priory Hospital in Woking. But his struggles didn't stop there. Wilkins also spoke publicly about dealing with ulcerative colitis, a chronic bowel disease. He explained that sometimes the symptoms of this condition could make people misunderstand his behavior, as it could easily be mistaken for someone being drunk. Despite all his success in football, things didn't get any easier for him when it came to finances later on. In fact, reports showed that he faced financial difficulties, and after his death, his estate was valued at a surprisingly small amount. It's truly shocking that someone who achieved so much success had to face such tough challenges later in life. He started his career in Hillingdon, Middlesex, playing for a local Sunday League team called Senrab, based in the heart of East London, Wanstead Flats. Little did anyone know this would be the starting point of a career that would span multiple countries and some of the biggest football clubs in the world. Wilkins's journey truly began in the 1970s when he joined Chelsea, his boyhood club, as an apprentice. At just 17, he made his first team debut for Chelsea against Norwich City on October 26, 1973, during a 3-0 home victory in the league. It was clear from the beginning that Wilkins had the talent and potential to go far. By 1975, Chelsea found themselves relegated, and many of the club's experienced players departed. That's when 18-year-old Wilkins was handed the captaincy of the team by the new manager, Eddie McCready. He took over the role from longtime captain John Hollins, which was a huge responsibility for such a young player. But Wilkins thrived under the pressure, holding on to the captain's armband for 4 years. During this time, he emerged as Chelsea's key player, leading a team of mostly young players. He helped steer the team back to the First Division after their promotion in the 1976-77 season, and in the next season, the team consolidated their place in the top tier of English football. In 1979, after Chelsea's second relegation in a few years, Wilkins made the move to Manchester United for a fee of £825,000, which at the time was the highest transfer fee Chelsea had ever received. His time at United would last 5 years, during which he played a crucial role in the team's midfield. Wilkins scored 10 goals during his time at United, and one of his most memorable moments came in the 1983 FA Cup final. He scored a brilliant long-range goal in a 2-2 draw against Brighton and Hove Albion, which ultimately led to United winning the replay. At the end of the 1983-84 season, Wilkins was voted Player of the Year by Manchester United supporters, a testament to his contribution to the team. His performances in the midfield were so impressive that they attracted the attention of Italian giants AC Milan, who made a £1.5 million bid for him. It was clear that Wilkins was becoming a well-respected figure in European football. In the summer of 1984, Wilkins made the move to AC Milan, where he would experience a completely different football culture. Adapting to the Italian game wasn't easy, and Wilkins himself later admitted that the biggest challenge was the intense focus on fitness. He was pushed hard to reduce his body fat levels, and by the time he finished the fitness program, he was in the best shape of his career. Despite Milan's struggles during this time, which included relegation in the 1981-82 Serie A season, Wilkins was a key player in the team. Alongside fellow Englishman Mark Hateley, Wilkins helped Milan secure a win over their fierce rivals Inter Milan in the Milan derby in October 1984. Wilkins made 28 appearances in Serie A during his first year, helping Milan to a 5th-place finish in the league. He also won a runner-up medal in the Coppa Italia, with the team defeating Inter in the semi-finals. The following season, Wilkins remained a pivotal figure in Milan's midfield, playing 29 league games and scoring 2 goals, one of which was a late equaliser against Avellino and the other came against Sampdoria. Although the team struggled to score goals overall, Wilkins' work in midfield was highly valued. Milan also faced off-field troubles, including the owner's scandalous behaviour, but Wilkins continued to play at a high level. However, his time at Milan came to an end in the 1986-87 season. With new signings like Roberto Donadoni joining the squad, Wilkins found himself on the outside looking in. Milan finished 5th in Serie A, and Wilkins' appearances became limited. He left the club after 105 appearances and was praised by the Italian press for his professionalism and precision on the field. Wilkins then made a short-lived move to Paris Saint-Germain in 1987. Unfortunately, his time in Paris didn't last long, as he couldn't break into the starting lineup. After failing to establish himself at PSG, Wilkins moved to Scotland in November 1987, signing with Rangers for £250,000. Wilkins made his Rangers debut on November 28, 1987, in a thrilling 3-2 win over Hearts at Ibrox. He quickly became an integral part of the team, playing 29 games that season. However, it was in the 1988-89 season that Wilkins truly made his mark. In an Old Firm derby against Celtic on August 27, 1988, Wilkins scored a stunning, thunderous volley from the edge of the penalty box to put Rangers ahead. The final score was a dominant 5-1 win for Rangers, and this moment became one of the most iconic in Wilkins' career. Rangers went on to win the league title that season, the first of their eventual 9 in a row, and Wilkins was a key player in their success. He also featured in Rangers' victory over Aberdeen in the 1988 Scottish League Cup final. However, as the 1988-89 season progressed, Wilkins' family wanted to return to London. In December 1989, Wilkins left Rangers and joined Queen's Park Rangers, where he would play for the next several years. Wilkins' time at Queen's Park Rangers was the longest of his late career, and he was a regular first-team player from November 1989 until 1994. He even played in QPR's first 2 Premier League seasons. After leaving QPR in 1994, he briefly joined Crystal Palace as a player coach, but his time there was short-lived, as he broke his left foot on his debut. In November 1994, Wilkins rejoined QPR, this time as player-manager after Jerry Francis left the club. Under Wilkins' leadership, the team finished a respectable 8th in the Premiership, but following the sale of star player Les Ferdinand, the team struggled in the following season and was relegated. Wilkins continued to play for QPR until 1996, but by September of that year, he left the club by mutual consent after their relegation from the Premier League. He had a whirlwind final season in 1996-97, playing for 4 different clubs. He had short stints at Wycombe Wanderers, Hibernian, Millwall and Leyton Orient before ultimately retiring from football. After retiring from playing, Wilkins moved into coaching. He first became manager of QPR in 1994 and later managed Fulham in 1997-98. His coaching career continued with a return to Chelsea as a first-team coach in 1999, and he was briefly the club's caretaker manager in 2009 after Luis Felipe Scolari was sacked. Wilkins' career in coaching was filled with ups and downs. He left Chelsea in 2010, and his departure came as a shock. While there, Wilkins had been a highly respected figure, with manager Carlo Ancelotti calling him a real blue blood and stating that Chelsea wouldn't have won anything without him. After leaving Chelsea, Wilkins worked at Fulham, Aston Villa, and even took on the head coach role of the Jordan national team in 2014. Wilkins' coaching career ended with a brief stint at Aston Villa, where he was sacked along with manager Tim Sherwood in 2015. That wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.